Hello, hello, and welcome to another live, focusing specifically on good girls and women who suffer from what I call the good girl syndrome. And today I want to continue from the last live, continue talking more about the burdens that some children carried due to instability around the home, specifically around caretakers. So as children, our radar is attuned to any instability around us. Many of us grew up carrying pain that wasn't ours to hold. We absorbed our parents' struggles or traumas, internalizing what we sensed, and therefore believing that it was our job to fix or manage what we could not and was not our job. So this parentification hijacked our childhoods and also conditioned us towards caretaking, people pleasing, hiding our needs, avoiding conflict, not speaking up, all the various traits of a woman with good girl syndrome. So like I said, as children, our radar is attuned to any instability around us. So when our caregivers, our parents, whoever is raising us, when they're dealing with issues that are overwhelming, are difficult, such as anything from addiction, grief, could be financial stress, mental illness, and anything else like that. You know, little children, we soak up their pain as little sponges. And, you know, we're so sensitive. We're so highly tuned to what's going on around us. So we learn to read the cues very early on. And then we decide to provide support, often becoming like confidants or therapists at a far too young an age. I would say for me, it was when I was quite a bit older, more like a teenager, when I became the confidant of my mother. Not so much therapist, but she really relied on me a lot because she didn't want to speak about what was going on inside the household, outside of the household. So then, since there was only 4 of us, I became the chosen one to carry this burden with her. But when we look back at our childhood, in our childlike thinking, we assume responsibility for our parents' unprocessed burdens. If we can just do enough, be enough, fix enough, the adults will be okay. And we'll be okay too. Because it's very painful for a small child when the parent is not okay. But then what we end up doing as children, we hide our own pain to focus on theirs. And then the outside becomes our compass. The outside becomes what guides us. And over time, these caretaking adaptations, they solidify into core stories about ourselves or limiting beliefs. I'm only worthy if I'm helping. Others' needs matter more than mine. Or I must hide any negative emotions that will perhaps cause any further distress. So we hide and then we keep it all together. So in the child's mind, my role is to fix and provide stability. It goes without saying, but still this happens a lot. A child is never responsible for managing adult issues. And no amount of caretaking can compensate for what we truly needed. Parents that are ready and able to nurture us. The love was there, perhaps, but maybe their capacity was hindered for all the different reasons I mentioned earlier. You know, it could be parents processing grief, you know, mental health issues. etc. So the thing is, parentification often leaves us disconnected from our own inner lives, and we become dependent on external validation. Also, high achieving tendencies can stem from subconsciously trying to earn the love or approval through accomplishments. Rigid responsibility and perfectionism can keep parentified adults from relaxing and experiencing joy. So the good news is, however, that it's never too late to reclaim your childhood. As adult children, we can finally recognize the unfair burden that some of us had to carry, and then we can release it with a big amount of compassion, self-compassion. Perhaps part of the process is to mourn the parenthood parenthood that we lost, and even process that it wasn't our fault that mommy or daddy were not okay. And slowly, slowly, we can learn to make our inner world the compass, not the outer world, but the inner world, finding belonging within ourselves. And the gifts that are born from early adaptations like this are things like empathy and strength, but repurposed beyond caretaking. These qualities can help us build healthy lives where we can be more vulnerable, where there's mutual support available, and that can thrive in all our relationships. So there certainly is definitely light at the end of the tunnel once we unpack the past with care, reclaiming our power and the right to be children that we always needed to be. So these are just a few more thoughts around growing up in homes that lacked stability in some shape or form, where as children we wanted to help, we wanted to make it okay for mommy or daddy or whichever caregivers we had, but at a big cost. At a big cost for not just our childhood, but also the adults that we are today. So I hope these reflections were helpful to you. I'd love to hear in the comments any thoughts, insights that you've had. And so in the meantime, thank you for being here. I'm off to Tuscany tomorrow to facilitate another Path of Love process, something that makes me very happy. And of course, these are issues that can easily come up in that process as well. So until next time, from my heart to yours, much love. Bye for now.